The perplexing situation with my family is that if they did believe that I was God, which I can tell they don't, they are still at the point where even though they say, I don't want anything, I don't want anything special, I don't want no money, I don't want any recognition, I don't want anything different, I don't want this. Well, of course they do, just like Dan does. Dan wants people to start acting better. Dan wants people to start caring. So do they. And they don't want to admit that they do care as much as I do. They just have other stuff in their mind blocking the true truth and the true love to not make it so that it's aimed towards them when it comes to what they feel is right and wrong. And everybody does that. Everybody says, I don't want it to be the way I want it to be, but they do. I don't want it the way Dan wants it to be, but Dan does. I want it the way it should be, and I know how that is. I gave the directions before there were light years, before there was creation. And that's something that my earth family, mom, dad, family, brothers, all that kind of stuff, doesn't have the ability to see, because they themselves would want something for themselves. And they wouldn't admit that to me because they would say that I'm just saying something to upset them, but I'm not. Because it upsets me that they don't see how honest I always am. And if they would hear this, they would have to think about it, and they would probably still get mad at me even though they would admit it to themselves. But once they could admit it to me, and then let it go, now they can start moving forward.